Smart contracts. What are smart contracts? Smart contracts are contracts that work on blockchain technology. In its essence, a smart contract is a software program that contains an if this, then that function, meaning if something happens on a smart contract, it triggers another action. The creator of smart contracts, Nick Szabo, illustrated the idea of if this, then that function with the good old vending machine. If you put some money in the machine and choose a product, it makes the machine release the chosen product. If you don't put enough money in the machine, then the machine won't release the product and you can get your money back. Or you can add more to it to make the purchase. Basically, once you do something, other actions follow. Smart contracts are programs that trigger certain actions once they are acted upon or not. This idea is nothing new. We have had contracts for a long time, and automation is also nothing revolutionary. But smart contracts tie them both together and put them onto the blockchain. With regular contracts, you have to rely on third parties in order for them to work. For example, when transferring money, you have to trust that the bank does, in fact, send the money. You also have to trust that the bank doesn't randomly take your money away from your account. With documents, you have to trust a lawyer or notary to validate them. And you have to trust your doctor that he or she won't share your medical records with everybody. With the integration of blockchain technology, smart contracts eliminate the need for having third parties. Instead of one central server that processes the information, holds the data, and contracts, there are a lot of computers around the world which all hold and validate the data. This data is put into blocks, and these blocks are stored in a chronological order, creating the blockchain. Once a smart contract is put into a block, and the block is added to the blockchain, it is there permanently and unalterably. These blocks are also completely public and transparent, meaning every participant can validate these contracts. With removing the middlemen from the equation, we eliminate the need of having to rely on trust. In addition, when middlemen are cut out from the equation, the cost of creating a contract decreases, and the possibility of having your information or money stolen greatly decreases. Benefits of smart contracts: automation, trust, and speed. Since no third parties are involved, the processes are acted upon faster and automatically. The information doesn't have to go through different people who all want to do extensive paperwork. Instead, it is acted upon instantly. Backup. The fact that all of the information and contracts are stored not in a centralized server that could crash, but in a network of computers makes it impossible to lose your data. When one of the computers crashes, nothing happens to the contract because it is still stored in all of the other computers. Security. The information about the contract is held on the blockchain. If a hacker wants to modify the data presented in the contract, he or she will have to hack all of the computers in the network at the same time and outwork the entire network, which is quite impossible. Precision. The contracts are run by computers who don't make human errors. Example. To illustrate how smart contracts can be used in the real world, let's use an example. Imagine you want to send your friend Jake a cake for his birthday, but you want to be absolutely sure that during the delivery process, no one eats the delicious cake. Traditionally, you would have to rely on trust and hope that the delivery company's employees are well-fed and won't eat the cake. But with the new technology, you can create a smart contract and send the money for the delivery to that contract. This contract is broadcast to the network of computers, which confirm that the transaction has been made, and the delivery company is notified. The delivery company makes the delivery, and Jake signs the contract, confirming that the cake has been received without having any bites taken out of it. This signature releases the payment you made and is sent to the delivery company. This example shows how smart contracts can work as an escrow service and how it motivates both parties to deliver on their end without having to rely on blind trust, while also making the process faster, cheaper, and more secure. Uses for smart contracts. Voting. One of the things that would greatly benefit from the use of smart contracts is voting. Governments can create a smart contract so instead of waiting in lines to cast their vote, citizens can cast their vote on their phones or on their computer. All of the voters are given an ID which isn't related to their true identity, keeping them anonymous. They can then cast their vote to the contract, and the network behind the smart contract confirms that the person hasn't voted before and that the vote hasn't been corrupted. This would drastically decrease the likelihood of fraud, while also making voting more popular amongst people because it only takes a few taps on the screen to cast your vote. Record keeping. Another thing that can be improved upon is record keeping. You can be the boss of your personal information by being able to give and remove access to your data through smart contracts. You can give your doctor access to your medical records, but she won't be able to give anyone access without it being allowed by you. If you decide to switch a doctor, you can remove the old doctor's access to your data. This way you can be sure that your information isn't misused. Banking. And also there's banking. Like we talked about before, currently you have to trust your money to a bank. You have to hope that it doesn't steal your money, that the transactions you make do in fact reach the right person, and that the bank servers don't get hacked. Instead of that, people can move their account's information to the blockchain. Everyone on the network has the ability to see how much money an account has, but at the same time, all of the other information is kept anonymous, keeping their identity safe. When making a transaction, all of the computers on the blockchain validate whether the account has enough funds to make up for this payment. Once confirmed, the transaction is made and the blockchain is updated. When Bob, who has 100 euros on his balance, wants to send 25 euros to Lisa, the transaction is broadcast to the network. All of the computers in the network check whether Bob has enough money to send 25 euros. Once it is confirmed, the money is sent to Lisa and the information is updated. Now Bob has 75 euros on his balance and Lisa has 25 euros more than before. Once the information is updated, it cannot be changed. In this process, there are no banks involved. All of the validation is done by the network, and this ensures the security of your money and makes the whole process cheaper. These are just some examples where the use of smart contracts has a great advantage over the traditional system. Conclusion. In short, smart contracts are just contracts that are stored on the blockchain instead of a central database. This makes the contracts more reliable, secure, and transparent. It also eliminates middlemen from the equation who could alter and manipulate the information in the contract, and above that, charge high fees for their services. Smart contracts create automated systems which are faster and don't make human errors.